B.O.B. This is FTK Tonight with your host, Alex Cook.
Good evening and welcome to the first ever FTK Tonight. We are so excited you've joined us here and we're going to be having an amazing time. So tune in. We have special guest Brandon Marshall and special musical guest Off Cue. That was Off Cue performing a song off their debut EP called Root Beer. And now for the next segment, we'll be playing a game called Wheel of Destiny. I have four very special guests with me today. We have, first and foremost, the Kate Meisner. Give it up for Kate, everybody. Hey, Kate, how you doing today? Glad to see you. We have Mr. Jeff Potts. All right, good to see you, Mr. Jeff Potts. We have my main girl, Gracie. What's up, Gracie? How you doing today? And last but not least, we got Matty Juice. What is good, my guy? Good to see you, brother. All right, so the name of the game is Wheel of Destiny. It's not too difficult of a game. Basically, what happens is this. We have two teams. We have Kate and Gracie on one team, and we have these two dudes on the next team. And what we're going to be doing here, I will be asking each team a question. The questions will go to Maddie Juice and Gracie. If they answer the questions correctly, nothing happens to their partner, Kate or Jeff. But if they do answer incorrectly, Kate and Jeff have to spin the wheel of destiny to see what they have to do next. And let's just say some of these things may ruin their night, but we will see in a little bit. So, Maddie Juice, Gracie, do you guys get what we're doing here? Not too big of a deal. I'm just going to ask you guys a couple questions, and all you have to do is answer correctly. If you can do that, nothing bad happens. If you answer that incorrectly, we're going to all laugh at Kate and Jeff. It's that simple. All right, so ladies first. The first question is for you, Gracie. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, so your question is this. How many doors are in the Student Center? Total, how many doors in the Student Center? I'll give you a second to complete this. You let me know when your final answer is ready.
Okay. 6.
All right, Gracie says 6 doors in the Student Center. How many doors are there actually in the Student Center? 15. Kate, you will spin the wheel of destiny. All right, let's see what Kate has to do.
It's okay.
All righty here. I'm super excited. Kate, you have sniff pepper. Okay, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to dump some pepper on that piece of paper right there. And what you have to do is put your nose nice and close to the pepper and give us a big whoop. One of those numbers. And we just want to see what your reaction is going to be, okay? Ooh, she is not playing around.
Is that
All right,
good?
Kate, let's do this. How about that?
I don't want to do this.
Was that? There we go. All right, Kate, sniff pepper. How you feeling there?
It tastes good.
It tastes good. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good job, Kate. That wasn't that intense. Okay, here he comes.
I'm gonna sneeze.
She's gonna sneeze. This is what we're all waiting for. All right. Well, while we're waiting on Kate to sneeze, we're gonna be on to the next question. Matt Juice, can you answer me this question? When I am walking around the Student Center on a Sunday morning, do I usually have a lid on my coffee or no lid on my coffee? Matt Juice, do you know the answer to this?
Oh. No lid.
And the answer is, you are correct. I do not have a lid. Jeff is spared another round. All right. Gracie, this is up to you. You don't want to give Kate 2 in a row. Number 3 is for you, Gracie. How many feet high is the 9 square? How many feet high is the 9 square? You think about it and you let me know. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm gonna go with 8.
All right, survey says there are officially 7 feet when measuring the height of the 9 square. Kate, you will be spinning the wheel of destiny once again. Go ahead and spin that wheel. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, what does that say? Dump bottle of water on your head, Kate. That sounds like an excellent idea, Kate. Go ahead and dump that bottle of water on your head. Let's see here. All right, Jeff's gonna help you out. Oh, okay.
I was having a good hair day.
Well, not anymore. That was fun stuff. Sorry about that, Kate. Gracie, you gotta step up your game here. All right, on to the next question. Maddie Juice, this one is for you, okay? What is Roger's last name? And how do you spell it? Go.
Oh no. Well, his last name is Fout. Is it F-O-U-T?
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Roger Fout, F-O-U-T. Maddie Juice, you are correct again! How about that? All right, Gracie. I'm getting kind of nervous for you, but I'm rooting for you, Gracie. All right, next question here for Gracie. What color is the back wall of the student center? What do you think the color of the back wall of the student center is?
Isn't it like a gray, like black color?
Gray or black? Help me out here, but let's get a little more specific.
Wait, isn't it bricks?
I can't. That's up to you. We'll go with color. There is some bricks, but with the wall color. Give us your final answer here. Kate's destiny.
Black.
All right, final answer is black. The student color wall is officially a light gray. I am so sorry, Kate. I would have given you gray if you would have stuck to that. I was kind of baiting you into that. I'm not gonna lie, Gracie. But all right, Kate, go ahead.
It's been so long.
It's been a while. Spin that wheel. Oh boy, this is my favorite one. Kate, you are required to eat a dog biscuit. You may take a bite, chew it up, but you have to swallow it. Okay, that's the name of the game. And I don't know what a dog biscuit flavor is, but Kate's gonna find out and let us know. So Kate, go ahead and do that.
I have to take a bite.
You gotta take a bite and chew it for at least 10 seconds. You don't have to swallow it, but you have to chew it for 10 seconds, get the saliva in there and everything. That is foul. I am sorry. Chew that up. Oh man, that is disgusting. Keep chewing. Chew.
It's like a cracker.
Do you want another bite?
No.
Okay then. All right. Well, Kate is finishing up her dog treat. How was that, Kate? 0 to 10. How bad was it actually?
10 being the worst?
Yes.
Like a 3.
Katie's dog biscuits for days. All right. So next question. Matt Juice, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. This one, you cannot look at your phone at all, and you have to answer relatively quickly. I'm not going to give you too much time to answer this one. And here is your question, Matty Juice. What is the date of the last Sunday we were in the student center together? What was that date?
Oh shoot. Sunday, March 8th.
Is that your final answer, March 8th?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
Final answer. Matty Juice, you are correct. March 8th. You are a genius, Matt Juice. You are something else, man. Okay, Gracie, I still have faith in you for these last few. All right. Gracie, your next question is this. What were the 4 themes of Amplify this year? What were the 4 themes? And you are not wearing a shirt, so you can't look, so give it to us. 4 of them.
Wait, I'm trying to think.
I would potentially even take 2.
One was mission.
All right, mission.
Why can't I remember?
All right, final answer. Just throw out 4 words that you think they were.
I'm gonna go with mission. Why can I think?
Hey, that is okay. Kate, spin that wheel. All right, let's go. That's okay, Gracie. Kate loves this. All right, let us. Okay, we're gonna respin. She's already done that one. Go ahead and respin it for us. It was adventure, discovery, passion, and wonder.
Oh.
Oh.
I remember the wonder one now,
Oh, that is in the fridge. Can somebody go run to the fridge real quick? We have a special one for Kate, and this one is bite a stick of butter and swallow it. Kate, I'm very sorry for you, Kate. Gracie, you really love Kate, though, don't you? Kate, or Gracie, are you? Kate, it's brutal for Kate tonight. Gracie, do you appreciate Kate a lot for being your leader?
I'm sorry, Kate.
Gracie says, "I'm sorry, Kate."
Yeah.
Alrighty, so go ahead, Kate. Go ahead and peel that back. I want at least a tablespoon bitten off of that thing, chewed and swallowed. I am so sorry,
I have
Kate.
to swallow it?
Oh yes.
I'm gonna throw up.
If you throw up, Kate, Gracie automatically wins, but it has to be like a legitimate one. Just kidding.
It's really
Maybe.
hard. I don't know if I can bite through this.
It's butter. Kate.
I don't
Bite as
know.
much as you
Easy.
can.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't. I'm leaving. Chew it up. I gotta go. Chew it.
I'm not swallowing this.
I'm actually gonna say, just chew it. You can spit it out. That's disgusting. Kate, you actually are my hero. That is the foulest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow, I feel really bad for Kate. Kate, you will have a consolation prize after this, after we're done here. All right, Matty Juice. On to the next question. Matt Juice, speaking of Kate Meisner, can you spell Meisner correctly? Go ahead and spell out the last name Meisner for us.
Alright, so it's M-I-Z-E-N-E-R, Meisner.
And you're sure about that?
I am sure about that.
How sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Matty Juice, you are correct. Wow. I really wanted to see Jeff eat a dog biscuit. I'm not gonna lie. Matt, you should just throw the last couple, okay? Alright, we're down to the last two questions. Gracie, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Kate, for this next one. Alright, Mr. Jeff Potts over here traveled to India for a month this past year. What was the reason for Jeff's travels over to India? Do you know? It may be his other job as well. I'll just give you that hint. This is really hard. I'm really sorry that this fell on you, Gracie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, like, there was, like, some conference or something for his job. Or, like, a train.
Okay, Jeff, what do you think?
Nope.
Jeff says no. You get guessing. Let me give you one more guess. Just look at Jeff and what do you think he may have been doing over there in India?
She doesn't know.
Maybe, like, touring or a show or something?
All right, we're going to accept that. Jeff was performing clown shows over in India for over a month. Gracie, you got it correct. You have spared Kate.
Let's
Yes.
go!
Woo! All right, let's go. Let's do this. Matty Juice, the last question, and honestly, I would be shocked if you got this, but if you did, it would be incredible. Without looking at your phone, look directly into the camera right now. I don't want to see you cheat on this one. How many followers on Instagram does NC Students account have? How many followers do we have right now?
Oh, I'm gonna say 252.
All right, Matt Juice says 252. And the answer is 271. Incorrect, Matty Juice. Spin that wheel, Jeff Potts. All right, there's one I'm really hoping he gets here. Let's see what it is. Yes. All right, Mr. Potts, you have to draw. Kate gets to draw a mustache on your upper lip with this marker. Is that okay with you, Jeff? Do you consent to this?
It's the game.
It's the game. Jeff's consenting. All right, let's do it, Kate. Spare no expense, Kate. Get that on there. He wants a Western style. Oh, man. This is outrageous. Let's see here. Oh, my. You should get that tattooed on you, Jeff. That looks really good. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for playing Matty Juice and Gracie. I hope you guys had fun. I know for a fact, Kate, you had fun. I appreciate this, Kate. You will get a consolation prize. But unfortunately, Jeff and Matty Juice, because you won the game, I will hand deliver a protein shake to your door sometime tonight. All right, guys. So thank you so much for playing. Let's give it up for this whole crew here. Kate, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Please let us know how a dog biscuit tastes. All right. Well, hey. We're on to the next segment here. All right, so what we're going to be doing next, we're going to be doing an interview with our first musical guest, Off Cue. All right, well, thank you, Off Cue. We appreciate you guys. We're so excited that you guys are here today. And you are officially the first musical group we've had on FTK tonight. It's a pleasure that we have you guys here tonight.
It's an honor.
Good. Well, your EP, first EP here, debut EP, All for and Band. Okay, we have a little snapshot of the EP right here. You guys will. How about that?
That's
Fancy. This is the EP, All for and Band, Our Pink Dolphin. All right. So, a couple questions for you guys. Who is Anban? What on earth is Anban? Like, can you fill us in on what that is exactly?
Anban is our pink dolphin. She got her name from the first show that we played. They announced us as Katie Anban as opposed to Off Cue.
That's good. Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny. So Anban, okay, that makes sense. Why the pink dolphin?
We kind of just found it in Kate's basement and claimed it. I'm pretty sure it was a bath toy before.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Bath toys. Okay, so, right. What were your roles on the EP? I see you guys are a trio, so what are your roles on the EP?
Yeah, we each actually had a lot of roles. So I was the drummer, and I did trumpet on one song. I did a lot of production and background vocals.
I played mostly bass, and then playing guitar and root beer. I wrote most of the song, and then I made the beat for Repay You.
I did most of the lead vocals and a lot of like guitar and some bass and a little bit of production.
Excellent. That's awesome. So you guys, it seems like you guys all have a pretty big piece in the writing of your first EP. That's really exciting. Cool. So, so what is this idea behind the EP? I know a lot of musical artists. There's a story behind the record. There's a story behind the music. Kind of, what is that for you? What's behind the EP?
So what we want to do is just compile some songs to put out for people to listen to, because they're the first songs that we wrote, and we basically recorded them all in Kate's basement, and that's where we found Anban. So we came up with the title, and then we just put it out there.
Excellent. What would you guys say? This is a question I have for you guys. Who are your music? Like, who influences you? Who are your musical influences? Would you say?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of like Nirvana. I'm a big Nirvana fan. I used to like Weezer a lot. Still like Weezer a lot. Now I listen to a lot of different experimental stuff or different kind of punk rock stuff like that.
I listen to like a lot of old like 90s rock and stuff.
Awesome. Very cool. Ethan, what are you, man?
I'm influenced a lot by 21 Pilots and Kanye West production-wise and drumming-wise then too.
Very cool, man. Awesome. All right, great. So, well, thank you guys so much for being here. This is really an exciting moment for us to have you guys on the show, and it's exciting to be able to hear you guys live tonight. So it's really, really cool.
It's exciting to play.
We'll get many more opportunities. So how can viewers stream you guys? Like, where can viewers stream your new EP?
We're on all major streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Tidal, everything, Amazon,
TikTok even.
We're on TikTok.
Yes, TikTok. Incredible. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you guys, and we're excited to hear you. All right. Have a a great night, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Off cue, everybody. Let's give it up. All right. And I'm so excited to introduce our next guest, the one, the only, Brandon Marshall. But first, performing the hit Waymaker.
You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Here, moving in our midst. Worship you. Turning lives around. Worship you. Worship you. Moving in our midst. Worship you. Worship you. Working in this place. I worship you. Worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 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 Even when I can't feel it, you're working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
Hey Brandon, how you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Are you feeling good? You feeling pretty good right now?
I am moderately. I didn't have a very big lunch, so
Okay.
yeah, moderately.
Hopefully that won't be a problem. Do you like spicy things?
I do.
Perfect, because what we're going to do next is an interview with you, Brandon, with hot questions while eating even hotter wings. Are you ready for this?
This sounds exciting. I'm ready to go. What do we? Yeah,
Well, you're
what are
gonna
you
need
getting
you're gonna need this first of all.
at? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and put that on.
Don this.
We're gonna don that. And,
Nice. I feel like I'm wearing the top of a tube sock. This is delicious.
that's what it is. It's my tube sock from my Glen Oak days.
I like that. Are you wristbanding as well?
Yeah, I am.
Let's do this.
I don't like to play around in the.
No, you're serious.
But yeah,
I can tell by the tie and your wristband. I don't know if anybody who's ever had a tie and wristbands at the same time. It's quite
it's
remarkable.
impressive, isn't it?
It is.
It's
I was going to
impressive.
say impressive. Are these our?
All right, so we got our specialty wings here, okay? And what's gonna happen here? We're gonna start off with easy questions.
Okay.
Easy
questions.
sauce. First sauce, banana pepper. That's basically not even hot, right?
No.
All right, good. progressively, these are going to get hotter and hotter and hotter until we find ourselves at the 10th and final question, the most difficult question. This last sauce here is 2 million Scoville units, which basically means extremely hot. And
when you put it in the million category, it's like
yeah.
Banana
pepper is 300. Period. This one is 2
million.
million.
Okay, so we have quite a spectrum that's happening here.
Yes. All right, Brandon. Well, first and foremost, to kick off this interview, go ahead and take a bite.
Get the
of your
first one here?
Yep, we're gonna.
All right, we're down here.
Give me a bite. Oh wait, man. Here.
Not bad. What do we got?
I don't want to get you messy. Here, put this bib on.
Not a whole lot of heat to it.
It's coming, bro.
It'll
be here. Then you got sauce on my neck, which that's okay.
That time was never gonna make it very long, dude. You and I both know that.
Yeah, it's a mess. Brandon, our viewers really want to know who you are, maybe on a little bit more of a personal level. Okay, so why don't you tell us what makes Brandon Marshall tick? What is unique about Brandon Marshall?
That is an interesting question. I wouldn't say like, as far as like unique, I don't think there's very many things. I'm actually a pretty boring person, but I've done a lot of really unique things.
Okay. So give us a little taste of that.
Probably like, so I don't know too many people who have worked as a honey farmer. I did that for a little while. It's a unique idea. I was a street musician for a while in Chicago. I've done that. So lots of like little things that when you put them together, I think they kind of add up to a very interesting sort of conglomeration kind of a thing. Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, very cool. Well, I'm not going to lie. I did anticipate you talking about woodworking and some of the woodworking things that you do for a living also. Well, with that, what would you say, if you had to tell our viewers, what would you say are your 3 favorite woodworking tools and why? The ones you literally cannot live without.
That is an interesting question. 3 favorite ones. Okay, so the first one, does this count as question number 2?
This is question number 2.
Okay,
yes,
so
correct.
let me bite.
Get in there first.
Get in there and I'll think about that one.
Speaking of honey, I think there's a honey glaze on this one.
This one has a bit of a sweetness to it. It's not as no, still not a whole lot of heat, but there's enough to it.
Tame like a honeybee. What I like to say.
I've heard that phrase before. Said no one ever.
Yeah.
But I like it, and I might steal it. So
you can have it.
I'll do that down there because that's what this is for. So yeah. If I had to pick 3 essential woodworking tools, probably the first one is a drill. You got to have a drill because it's a good all-purpose tool for your house. You can do a lot of things with it.
Fair.
You got to have that. For me, I do a lot of fine woodworking too, so very small things. And so having a power sander is very important.
Okay. Yeah,
I feel like a power sander does the job of making rough-looking wood look really pretty. And so the other day I was working with a fine piece of walnut. Was able to sand it down really well and made it shiny. It was delightful. So I'd say a drill, a power sander, and beyond that, because this third one, actually, I feel like I have to put some care into, like a square, a carpenter's square, so that when you're building larger projects.
A square.
A square. So the ironic thing, for you viewers who do not know, a square is not actually shaped like a square at all. It's actually shaped like a triangle, which makes it weird.
It's very weird, yes.
It's shaped like a triangle, but you use it when you are building larger things so that you can make sure you have straight lines and clear angles. And so if you're building things that require that sort of thing, it's a tool that you're going to need.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You got it.
That's really cool. So I know that you, Brandon Marshall, are an avid fisherman, but not just a normal old fisherman, a fly fisherman.
Yeah.
And I guess my question to you is, why fly fishing as opposed to the more orthodox way of fishing with a bobber, weighted line, in the worm? Why fly fishing?
So as we're thinking about this one, this next one, I feel like we're getting a little bit closer. So what's the What is this one? I don't remember.
Quite remember.
Let's get into it.
It's still nothing fancy. Maybe. What do you think that is? It's not even Tabasco yet.
No, that level is like. I mean, I see we have the milk here to calm down our sizzling taste buds. I don't feel like I need it yet.
No,
at all.
No.
It's like 1 or 2 notches above what I'd say like a normal buffalo wing would be.
Yeah. If that, really. That's not bad.
I want to get like a substantial bite so I feel like I'm doing it right. This napkin's going to be gross by the end of this.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I like it.
So why fly fishing as opposed to other forms? I think wait, there's a little heat. I just got a bit. Just a bit, like a little bit delay.
Delayed heat, ladies and gentlemen.
Good band name. I call it.
Touche.
We'll do it. So the simple answer is like because I enjoy making things more difficult than they should be, right? So if you go out to a lake or a river or whatever, your water body of choice, and you drop a worm on a hook into said river, it's not going to be a surprise that a fish is going to come up and get that, because of course that makes sense. But here we're taking something like fly fishing. For those of you who don't know, fly fishing is taking something that is like made of feathers and fur and other weird things, wrapping all this around a hook in a creative way, and then presenting that's called the fly, presenting that fly to a fish. And so we're taking something that was never meant to be on the water and putting it on the water. And I think it's a little bit more of a challenge. And I just like it better. I can't really tell you why.
Just something about it.
Yeah, it's just more fun for me. But that's just me. Not everybody's that way, and that's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. I'm not gonna lie, Brandon. While you were just telling us about fly fishing, this third one did start to heat up a little bit, which is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little.
That was 4 though, or no, that was 3.
That was 3.
On
so
4.
I'm a bit concerned. So, anyways, let's continue. So, fly fishing is more of a solitude kind of thing.
It is, yeah.
But when we think about something about like the opposite of fly fishing, we think of neighboring. Being a neighbor, being with people in community. Brandon, the next question we want to talk about from the heart, talk about from the Bible in your own personal experiences, good or bad. So next question here is this. So you and I are both believers. We both love Jesus. My question is this. Is there a difference between being a good neighbor and a godly neighbor?
Oh, man.
I hate to put you on the spot.
Okay, well,
let's get into this
on
first.
That while
I'll give you a moment.
Try number 4.
I put a lot of sauce on this one, so I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
It's okay.
Nothing immediately.
Still tastes okay. Let's see.
I'm a little suspicious of the delayed heat of number 3 because it's making me a little wary of what might lie in store for these other now 6 that we have in front of us. All right. So far, nothing. Let's give it a couple seconds here.
Yeah.
So, I do think so. I think there's a difference between a godly and a good neighbor. So, a good neighbor, I'll say it this way, and maybe this might help you guys if you're thinking about it. Like, you can be a good neighbor without God's help. And I think maybe we need to think on that. Like, you can be a good person. You can, mow your neighbor's grass. You could, get their newspaper, or you could check their mail for them when they're out of town. You can be a good neighbor without God's help, but you cannot be a godly neighbor on your own steam. And I think like the interesting thing on that question that makes me just kind of gets to my core a little bit is God's not called us to behave. He's not called us to act like Christians. He's not called us to perform. He's not called us to do good things. He's actually called us to be new people. He wants us to become new people. And so I would say the difference between a good neighbor and a godly neighbor is doing something on your own strength. And so for me, there was a season in my life, you may have heard me allude to it, like for 11 years of my life, I was a Christian. I was going to church. I had recognized Jesus as my Savior, but I didn't grow. And so in no area of my life was I a godly person. I was a good person, but I was not a godly person. And so I think it's important to make that distinction. Jesus didn't die so that I could behave. He died so that I could be new. And I think it's an important distinction, whether it's neighboring or really anything else.
Excellent. That was great. That was very good. So how about a follow-up question to that one? How has loving Jesus made you a better neighbor
Okay.
in your neighborhood, Kings Creek?
Okay. All right. Is this another wing?
This is another wing.
All right.
So
We're on
let's go
number
ahead and- This is 5.
Halfway there.
The 4 didn't.
No, it never really
look
shaped
bad
up for me.
It didn't do anything.
Uh-uh. Nothing yet.
No initial bite.
Oh wait, no, there it is. We got a little. Not sweet, peppery. Yep.
I want to lick my finger, but also coronavirus, so I don't want to lick my fingers.
This is easily the most disgusting sounding thing we've ever done. So
Well worth it. Yeah, it's heating up in here. Let's just say that.
it is. I can tell the difference between 5 and 4.
Yeah.
All right, so ask me that question one more time. You
Okay.
kind of set me back a bit.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
I'm getting a little.
hey, you get a little nasally.
Mhm.
Okay, good. That's what we want. How has loving Jesus made you, Brandon Marshall, a better neighbor?
Okay.
Specifics.
Yep. So for me, if I love Jesus, I will die to myself in the way that Jesus did, so that I can actually show my neighbor something better. And so for me, it's like I will not put myself first. If I'm following Jesus, and if we are truly following in the way that Jesus calls us to live our life, I won't put myself first. I won't think of myself. I won't become the biggest and most important person in my own life. It's moving me from the center of my life to the corner of my life and putting Jesus in the middle. So specifically for me, it's checking in on neighbors, especially during this time. It's praying for them, which we've recently felt God calling us to do that more as a family. And so it's persevering, I think, in ways that that's a loaded way of saying it, but it's being tolerant, it's being loving, it's actually saying, you know what, I'm gonna enter into your life in a way that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise. Yeah. So taking initiative maybe is another way of looking at that. That I'm going to be the one to check in and see how you are doing. Yeah. Because that's what Jesus does for us. Jesus took initiative, and so that's what I want to do for my neighbors.
Well said. That's good. Yeah. Very good. All right. So the next question I would say is it's a pretty important question. So why don't we go ahead and take a bite of this sixth wing as I read you this question. You need to focus on this one. It's a big one.
I am psyched. All right.
All right. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? Do you want me to repeat that for you?
100 duck-sized horses.
100 little duck-sized horses coming at you.
Yep.
Fighting
gotcha.
us. Or one very large stallion of a duck.
No, dude. That's all right.
What do you?
Let's think on that.
Think of that.
This is number 6 of 10.
Yeah.
I don't see the sauce on this one as much.
No, I'm feeling the same thing, which is probably a bad sign.
Mm-hmm. That probably means we're about to get nailed, dude. We're on the other side of this thing. Yeah. We made it through 5.
No initial great flavor, and then just kind of basic.
Dude, I got it on the tip of my tongue. I can feel that. No.
Bad news, or is it?
I can't tell yet. It's kind of heating up. I just did a bad thing though. I just licked my lips. Yeah. And I'm really fighting the urge to not do that because what happened, it moved from the tip of my tongue to my entire mouth at this point.
Yeah.
Now, we're both sniffling.
We're getting. Yeah. It is getting a little nasally here. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it smokes. Not bad. It still has a good flavor to it.
My lips are burning.
Yeah?
This is the first one that
I'm starting to feel it.
I actually feel concerned about.
I can definitely feel the It's funny. All right, so
I'm getting nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
That's actually an interesting question. The thought of a horse-sized duck is terrifying,
isn't it?
Like, I'm not a duck fan. Ducks kind of creep me out.
Yeah.
Because they're silent. And they just
silent killer.
They get, but a horse-sized duck. I think also you only see ducks like in public places like Price Park or but recently, and maybe this is why this is so terrifying for me. The other morning we had a pair of ducks come waddling through my backyard, and I didn't like it. It was weird because I'm like, what the heck are they doing there? But the thought of that duck being a horse size, you're gonna know.
I told my wife this was not going to be anything. But
Well,
I'm wrong.
we got 4 to go, bro.
Yeah, that's
The thought of a horse-sized duck, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go the other way. Even if it's way more duck-sized horses,
so you're fighting 100 duck-sized horses.
I feel like I could manage that better.
Yeah.
Than a horse-sized duck.
Yeah.
But that could be the hot sauce talking. I don't know. I could be losing it.
Well, maybe you'll find out one day.
I think the real test of this game is who's the first one to their milk.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for you to.
Honestly, I was hoping you would already have taken a sip, so I can't, but you haven't. So I can tell this is going
I
to be.
feel like I'm gonna have to hold out. This one I'm
This
getting
will be a
nervous
thing,
because I
though.
can see the sauce on number. This is number 7, and it's red.
Yeah.
And that makes me a little nervous. But we should.
Let's
I
do
can't
it.
touch anything.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so the next question here, as we bite this next swing. When thinking about being a good neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason I always think of the Good Samaritan. Could you give our viewers maybe a snapshot of that story, the Good Samaritan,
Yeah.
and also tell us why it would be so crazy for a Samaritan to help a Jew in this time?
Yeah.
Get a little bit more tough questions.
Samaritan
but-
and a Jew. Why is that such a crazy story? Why would that be a tough thing? Okay, let's
Yeah,
let's do this here.
Let's do it.
Definitely a different flavor. I
It was,
taste the
it was
flavor
noticeable
different.
right off the gate.
I haven't felt the heat yet again. It's a little more delayed. I'm definitely getting a different flavor. It's not a it doesn't taste normal.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't taste like a normal it doesn't taste like a normal wing.
We're getting into the
Yeah.
It's hitting.
All right. So are you gonna go back for a second bite of that one?
No.
You're not?
Are you?
I will if you will.
Okay.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Barry. Go home, man. Come on. That may have been
Glad I did
the kiss
that.
of death. That was a dumb decision.
It was.
We're going to regret that in about 20 seconds.
You're my elder, though, so I had to obey what you said.
Whatever. So, we're both balding. I think we need
Yeah.
to acknowledge that
Oh, yeah.
because that's also going to provide a spot for these like sweat drops to start glistening.
Yeah.
But that's what this is for.
Yeah, exactly.
This is good.
Good thing we got these, yeah.
So here's the deal with the Good Samaritan. For these of you guys that are watching, if you don't know this particular story, it's a great story. So there's a man who's lying dead, or not dead, but nearly dead by the side of the road. And what happens is there's 3 people that eventually come by and see him. And the first guy is the guy that you'd expect. He's like the pedigree of who you would expect to help a sick person. Second person, same idea. But the tricky thing about those 2 people is neither one of them come to help him. They just let him sit there. In fact, they cross the road so they don't have to be near him. And so a Samaritan is the kind of person in this culture who nobody would really want to take a second look at anyway. Like some Bible translation says he's a despised Samaritan. And so what that means is he's an ethnic group that people don't like. He's leading a lifestyle, therefore, that people don't like. And he is not somebody that you really want to be around. And so you could contextualize that to somebody, maybe in your context. This is an outcast. This is somebody who is not invited anywhere. And so what's crazy, or I'm sorry, that's the dead guy. The Samaritan is the third guy that comes along. The Samaritan comes along. He's not the guy that you would expect. And he actually sees this man on the side of the road, has compassion on him. And so what Jesus does masterfully is he takes this Samaritan, this man who is not supposed to be the hero, and he turns him into the hero, which is great. And so Jesus says, like, this is what neighboring looks like. So the guy that initially asks this question of Jesus and says, what's it like to be a neighbor? Jesus goes, this man was a neighbor. And so what's interesting to me about that story is not just that the Samaritan is the hero of the story. You're going to reach for that milk.
I'm not.
You are going to do it.
I'm not doing it.
All right. There's not just that the Samaritan is the hero of the story, but Jesus says he's the one that took initiative. He was a neighbor to the guy. And I love that because that's Jesus saying, look, to be a neighbor means to, at least in some point, take initiative.
Yeah.
And to me, that hits pretty hard.
Yeah.
Speaking of hitting pretty hard, you doing okay over there?
Yeah. When you were talking, that was brilliant, by the way. Thank you for that.
Oh.
I did like one of those things.
Yeah.
And
It was not good?
it bypassed my, it went into my nose type thing. I don't know what just happened. It wasn't a good sensation.
Well, I think we're what is
We're on
this?
the home stretch.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. We got this. Okay, well, let's just keep going with this because part of me is struggle busting right now.
Okay.
All right. To kind of piggyback off this last question, what are the 2 greatest commandments, and how do those 2 commandments affect being a good neighbor?
Oh man! All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to answer the first part.
Okay,
and then,
we can do that.
And then we're going to bite the wing, and then we'll think about the second part.
Let's
So
do
we
it.
need some time to think
Let's
about
do it.
that.
Think about it.
So, greatest commandments: love Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, your strength. And second's like it: love your neighbor as yourself. And so, love going this way vertically, and then love going this
Ooh, I
way.
like that. That's
All right. And so, if that helps you.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, let's
do this.
destroy our mouths and consume this thing.
This is ghost pepper, by the way.
Dude, what?
This is ghost. The third one to the last is ghost pepper. So
I didn't know where we were.
it's not even.
Okay.
This is where we started. We're in the major leagues right now.
No.
The rest were kind of gym class compared to these ones.
No.
But you have to answer the question, not me. So.
There's something to that one. I feel like I'm not doing the right service unless I can lick my fingers afterward. I feel like that.
Yeah, I'm good on that. But you can do that. Yeah, this is on a whole another level.
It's kind of messing with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reaching for that milk yet. I'm gonna save it. You gonna go?
No.
I believe in you. You don't have to.
I don't need that milk. Get this out of my face.
All right. So the second part of that question: what do those have to do with being a good neighbor?
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of. I love that Jesus puts them in the order that he does, because if you love God, you will love your neighbor. 1 John, the entire book talks about that you cannot love God and not love your neighbor. It doesn't work that way. And so to pair those 2 things together, I think it goes back to the question we were talking about earlier about being a good neighbor is like, how is it different than being a godly neighbor? And man, the heat on that thing just keeps going.
Dude.
I feel like those other ones ran out a little bit. That one's got some more legs on it.
Wow. I'm going to let you keep talking.
I won't shame you
can't.
if you drink your milk. How do you say milk? Do I say it weird?
Do you say milk with an E or milk with an I?
How do you say it? Like, give me
milk.
You say
because it has an I in it, not an E.
So if I say milk, that's weird.
Milk is incorrect.
Okay, I just learned it wrong. I'm from Greentown. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So whatever. So milk. I want milk. Milk.
No, not milk. Just like milk with an I.
Milk.
How spell milk?
Yeah, M-E-L-K.
Touche. You got me on that one.
Milk. I just can't say it that way. So no, I think the question is really about like if I'm looking to have a loving neighborly relationship with somebody, the only way I'm going to do that is if I'm loving God.
Yeah.
But I cannot love God and not love my neighbor. It doesn't work that way. And that's what the Good Samaritan is really all about. Is like, great, you can be holy, you can go to church, and you can read your Bible, and you can go to all these other things that we do in our life. But if you are not loving to the person that is unlovable in your life, then none of that stuff even shows that you have actual faith.
That's good.
And actual faith. All right, number 9.
Okay, we're at the home stretch.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
I don't know. I don't know whose idea this was. It wasn't mine, actually. I think it was Miles originally.
Let's blame Miles.
Miles, if you're out there, we're not fans of you right now. All right, 9. You ready for this?
9, hit me.
9, let me just tell our viewers real quick. 9 is a scorpion pepper, which happens to be the hottest natural pepper that hasn't been concocted up in a lab on the earth.
Okay.
So technically, this scorpion pepper is like the hottest real pepper.
Okay.
On the earth, according to the studies that I did on Wikipedia.
Do you know where is it? Well, Wikipedia, we all know Wikipedia is the source of all truth.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
You can't question Wikipedia. So where does it come from?
I want to say somewhere far away. I don't know.
That sounds right. Let's go with India.
Across the sea, India. We'll call it.
Let's go with India. That sounds right.
Tibet, India, around that area.
All right.
All right. You want to dig in first? You want to hear the question
No,
first?
I think I'm gonna need some time. This one's grinning at me.
It is, yeah. All right, here's a question for you. What are 3 things our viewers could do or change today to be a more godly neighbor?
Man, all right. 3 things you can do today
Right
to be a
now.
more godly neighbor. All right.
Yes. 3 things. If you can only do 2, I would let you off the hook.
I'll get 3.
You got
Man.
it?
That's a challenge. Come on.
It's like, do you lead tongue first, or
No, you just gotta go and just do it.
you do the clamp method where you
Mhm.
you clamp around and hope that this that didn't work. It didn't work.
You all right?
We'll see.
No, that was a tough one. I'm done, dude. I can't do it.
I'm good.
I'm not, I was gonna go back for 2.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Yikes!
We're up to 1 million on the Scoville units. That's a lot of Scoville units.
Yeah. This
You
one's
got
getting
this
me.
cough. You got a cough going on now.
Yeah, the cough has gotten my voice sound. Yeah, I feel it on the back of my throat.
Are you preaching this Sunday?
Hmm?
Are you preaching this Sunday?
Where?
I don't even know where I'm at. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm not. This is another interview, and thankfully I don't need a voice this Sunday. Yeah, that's hitting.
Do you want me to repeat it for you?
No, I got it. I just need to give it a minute.
You want a glass of milk?
I don't. I'm not there. I'm gonna save it for number 10 if I need it. So, 3 things. First thing you can do is you can pray. Pray for your neighbors. I would say with that, not just pray for your neighbors, pray that God would open your eyes to see what your neighbors might need, and that could be anything. And so that's something you can do right now. Is say, God, show me what you want me to see in my neighbors. First thing, and then that you can also say, pray for your own heart to get ready to serve them. The second thing, besides praying to God, you can ask your neighbors. Right? You can just go over there and be like, hey, I'm here. I'm your neighbor. What do you need? And they're going to look back at you and they're going to go, like, nothing. So there's like, I wouldn't go over and do that way. Introduce yourself. Ask them like, hey, my name is Brandon. I live next door to you. Is there any way I can serve you? And especially in times like this is a good time to do that.
Yeah.
And so people are not going to respond and say, what do you need? They're not going to respond to that. But is there any way that I can serve you? That's a good way to just kind of lead
build a relationship.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get gross here for a minute because I just had a little burp with that one.
Oh.
That was not very pleasant at all.
No, I can imagine that not being fun.
Okay. So, pray and then ask. And then I think actually do it. Like, follow through on what you're going to do. I don't think the world needs more Christians who are just nice people. I think the world needs Christians who actually do the things that Jesus calls us to do.
Yeah.
And so if they ask you for something hard, you should do that something hard, even if it sets you back a bit. That's okay. So pray, ask, and then just actually do the thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're at the moment of truth. Number 10. I'm blanking on it. Carolina Reaper. 2 million Scoville units.
We started out at what number?
We started at 300 Scoville units. Now we're at 2 million. So that's how much that. And to put this last one in context real quick, the last one we ate, the scorpion, was only 1 million. So it's doubling what we just felt, which is pretty fun to hear.
Yeah, that's fun.
So, are you nervous?
I'm a little, just because of the massive gap between number 9, which was quite substantial, and this one. I'm a little nervous about it.
All right, well, let's just get into it. All right, here's the last question for you. I'll give you the question, and we'll take a bite. You'll answer it. Okay?
Got it.
If you could say one thing to our viewers right now, what would it be?
Don't do what I'm about to do.
And why? And it can be anything. Other than that, that's too much of a softball. If you could tell our viewers one thing right now, what would it be?
Okay. Matt is thinking on it. Buddy. All right, dude. I'm literally gonna go for it. Come on. Just do it.
Doing this? Okay.
Do it. Come on.
Is it me? Or did you feel the heat as it was getting up to your lips? Or did I just make that up?
No, this one I think this one has it out to get me.
Yeah.
It is a mean little wing.
Oh man.
That's quite.
It's not fun. Yeah. There's a reason there's a gap there. You're turning red.
I'm not turning red.
A little bit.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're sweating, dude.
Yeah. I'm in a suit.
I feel like I need to blow my nose in a big way, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay. One thing that was not terrible. I'm not gonna lie. It was not at all. This is not at all pleasant.
Yeah,
I would never say, hey, let's have wings and put that on there voluntarily.
The calling card of the Carolina Reapers, it hits like 3 minutes after though. So we haven't even actually.
That's not very reassuring.
No, it's not.
No.
For us.
Okay. But for you guys, this is going to be very entertaining, I think so. Golly. So one thing I would tell you as a viewer, this is not terrible. You should do this. Use discretion. Again.
Distractions, whatever.
I can't see you very well.
No.
I would say, and this at first is going to sound like just very, very, almost like cliche, and I don't mean it to sound that way, but like, please do not pretend to be a Christian. Please do not pretend to be a Christian. And I think the hardest thing about being involved in a really good student ministry, like we have here at the chapel, is you're around people who are Christians, you're around people who are walking and living like Jesus, but if you are not, that is, no amount of proximity can convert you. This is between you and God. And so examine your own heart. Do not pretend to be a Christian. So for you, if you're not, you need to get right with God. And if you're kind of faking it, if you're kind of living the double life thing, just be done with that. Like kick that life to the curb. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Brandon.
Hey,
do you want to? We deserve this.
We deserve here. Can we toast to it?
Let's toast.
Well done, sir.
Hey, well done, man. Hey, I appreciate you being here. You drank it first. I won. Thank you for being here, Brandon.
It's nice.
This was really a privilege to hear from you.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not sure what else to say, so I'm just gonna kick it to off cue. The Lion and the Lamb. Let's worship.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the very first FTK Tonight. What an incredible night. Thank you guys so much. Let's give a big thank you to special guests, Pastor Brandon Marshall, Gracie, Maddie Juice, and Off Cue. Thank you guys for being here. What an incredible night. Good night, Stark County.